presented by Rebel Women of Greek Mythology.
Antigone, the tale of an extraordinary young woman, the first female rebel, activist, and martyr. She defied authority, fought against injustice to the death, and feared no king or man. I, whom no man's frown can frighten. Sophocles' Antigone had already demonstrated her noble character when she dutifully cared for her blinded father, King Oedipus. Oedipus was infamous for having unwittingly married his mother and unknowingly killed his father, Laius, though Laius got what he deserved. Oedipus was exiled from his kingdom, Thebes, and in the face of this adversity, Antigone loyally stayed by his side until he died. And this is where the story of Antigone's great strength, resilience, and moral fortitude begins. Following Oedipus's death, his throne passes to his two sons, Polynices and Eteocles. They decide to share leadership, one ruling for 1 year and the other the next, swapping again. As you can imagine, this does not go as planned. Power, as we have seen throughout history, is not easily relinquished. At the end of his year of rule, Eteocles refuses to give up the throne. With the brothers dead, the crown falls to Creon, who is brother to Oedipus's mother, Jocasta. Like so many leaders, he begins his rule saying the right things, but soon turns rather dictatorial, seeking no advice from anyone in democratic Thebes. He commands, under penalty of death, that Polynices, the city's attacker, be left unburied. He states that none shall bury him or even mourn. He must be left ghastly where he fell, a corpse for dogs to maul and vultures to pick his bones. In those times, that was a terrible fate, as it would prevent Polynices' passage to the afterlife in Hades. Antigone defies the king, covers the body of Polynices with earth, and performs funeral rites. Antigone is caught and brought to the king, unflinching and resolute, perfectly aware of her fate, death. In an exceptional display of strength, she confronts Creon, viciously asserting his lack of authority to dictate the fate of the dead. She tells him that while he may enact laws for the living, matters concerning the soul belong to the realm of the gods, not mortal rulers. And her arguments are presented with some disdain and venom. I never thought your moral edicts had such force that they nullify the laws of heaven. Regarding her lack of fear of King Creon, or any man, as she states, and I, whom no man's frown can frighten. It is remarkable the strength she shows as she is speaking to a king in what was a particularly male-dominated world. Antigone is perfectly aware of the consequences for burying her brother, and she shows her contempt for his decree when she states, "I need no trumpeter from you to tell me I must die." We all die anyway, and particularly disdainfully, she says to Creon, "If you judge me a fool, perhaps it is because a fool is judge." Ha! So incredibly impressive. What is even more astonishing is that she is probably no older than 16 years of age, and she could have been as young as 14. Yes, between 14 and 16 years of age, Antigone is led away to her death, to be buried alive, entombed in a cave, never to exit. In a last act of defiance, she negates any satisfaction that Creon might have derived by hanging herself. Her death is now hers, not Creon's. Now she takes ownership of her destiny, Prior to entering the cave, she had stated, "If the sin was theirs, may justice mete out no less to them than what injustice now metes out to me, my doom." And justice there is, as Creon gets his. Both his wife and son tragically die, and he is left racked with profound grief. But retribution or karma is not the moral of this story. Instead, Antigone's narrative underscores the importance of upholding moral principles, even in the face of authority's unjust dictates. She emerges as a rebellious figure, advocating for human rights and the sanctity of the soul, ultimately becoming a martyr to her cause. In this experiment known as humanity, Antigone's steadfast resistance to tyranny stands as an inspiring testament to the strength of integrity and moral courage in the quest for justice.